Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we got for today, guys, is another album review. This time we're checking out the band White Mantis with their second full-length entitled Arrows at the Sun. It drops on August the 22nd, 2025 through High Roller Records. A guy sent this to me from, I guess, their PR team from the record label quite some time ago, probably at least a month or two ago. I've spotted quite a few times. This is a new band for me. They're formed in 2012. They're based out of Germany, thrash metal. And like I said, this is their second full length. Never heard these guys before, so I was willing to check it out. I've been discovering a ton of really good thrash bands this year. And the album's got 10 tracks in total. The exact runtime I'm not sure of. I think it's around 50 minutes, give or take. Starting with the artwork, pretty cool artwork, really kind of unique logo. I kind of dig how it looks. It's not the super stereotypical thrash logo, but I dig how it looks. And the album cover is pretty cool imaging. Obviously, shooting arrows at the sun is the theme there, and pretty good album. It definitely has that Teutonic thrash metal sound. You definitely hear the influences from bands like Destruction and Creator. I found the album overall to be pretty solid. Some good, really high intense riffs, very thrashy for sure, very German thrash sounding. The intensity pretty much kept up through the whole album. There's not really any slow to mid tempo songs. It's all pretty high energy. The vocals are okay. They're kind of hit and miss at times. Overall, they sound pretty good, but I find with his vocal delivery, he was a little too chaotic for me. He didn't have the same delivery throughout the song. He would be like low and then go do like a screeching high and then back low again and then kind of do like a clean for half a second and then back low. He was kind of all over the place. It was kind of jarring at times. But overall, the sound of his voice is pretty good. But his choices in the delivery, delivering the lyrics and the vocals, in my opinion, were a little too hit and miss and a little chaotic. Kind of my main gripe of the album, to be honest, but outside of that, the guitar work's pretty solid, pretty good thrashy riffs, pretty stereotypical stuff. I found by the end of the album, after giving it a few listens, the songs did kind of sound a little samey. Still really good, but there wasn't really a lot to distinguish between song to song. There wasn't like one song that had a really noticeable groove in it or something, or a really crunchy riff that wasn't noticeable on other songs. For the most part, the guitar riffs were very similar. The song structures were very similar. So the album as a whole was cohesive for sure, which is good. But again, by the end of the album, started sounding a little samey and kind of the recycled ideas kind of throughout the album. But overall, decent album. Standard tracks was kind of hard to pick because, like I said, most of the songs sounded similar. I did like Alter of Technology, the last song, quite a bit. That's probably my favorite song on the album. Arrows at the Sun was a pretty cool song, the title track. Toxic Sniper was pretty good, and then Roboticator was the other song that was a little bit better, a little bit more of a standout. The other songs are decent and pretty solid. They just didn't, like I said, they're kind of the samey. But overall, pretty solid album. Production's pretty good. It's pretty bombastic and heavy. The drums are punchy. The guitars are definitely more in the forefront. I found the vocals and the guitars to be more higher in the mix, and the bass and drums a little bit lower. But overall, decent production, pretty heavy sounding. Overall rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I think if he kept his vocals kind of more streamlined and found the pocket where it kind of sounds the best, I think it would have been a little bit better that way. And just add maybe a little bit more dimensions in terms of the riff writing and the songs to give them more distinguished sounds. But overall, not a bad album by any means. Pretty solid stuff. 7.5 I think is a fair rating for the album. If you're not familiar with these guys, please give them a follow over on Instagram. Check out their album through High Roller Records. Pick up a copy if you dig the sound. I dug it. It's pretty solid stuff. I've been listening to it pretty steadily since I got it, off and on between other albums. And yeah, pretty solid stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below what you think of the album if you have heard it, and keep it metal.